Good day again, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. And I certainly hope you're having a fine day. Okay, this is just an amendment or an addition to the very last file I made for audio testing, for making audio samples and audio bites and tests and, sound bites and that kind of stuff. The information that I gave you was correct in that last file, except for the fact that this particular software, it wanted way too many permissions on my YouTube account for me to use it to take and per se make a recording and upload it right directly from the client itself, the software itself, right straight to my channel. I couldn't have that. So I had to do a little trickery, and basically I had to import the native file, the native sound file, which was let's see, let me get this right, which is a M4A, but I had to put it over into my photos folder, and in order for that to be done, it had to be converted, and basically it got converted into an MPEG-4 movie file. Okay, it's just that simple, an MPEG-4 movie file. And it was my last file. I'm speaking strictly of my last file because this one here is going to be the same thing, so it doesn't really matter. The last file was over 12 minutes long. In fact, it was 12 minutes and 10 seconds, but it was 11.9 megabytes in disk space, which is very, very small compared to the video files I work with. And on this kind of a file, you got to have a template assigned to the file, because the file's got to be able to show something if it's a movie file, which in this case it's it's a movie file, all right, but there ain't nothing but sound in there. That is why you've got those templates that you're staring at, which I apologize for that, but that's what came with the software. Eventually, I'm going to just develop a solid black template, but I didn't want to fool around with that today. That template is 1280 by 720 pixels, which is about right. And the codec, by the time, because I put these files on my MacBook Pro and took a good look at the file properties, but in the finished state that I am uploading them to YouTube, the codec is ACC and 264, H.264. That's the audio codec. Okay, and they are done in stereo, so they are relatively, it sounds to me through my Bose monitoring speakers here on my desktop that the sound is pretty much what I'm wanting. So, but when I go outside and record, I might have a lot of problems doing nature stuff, just simply because in this country up here in Montana and Livingston around here, I have to put up a lot of wind and, natural sounds that aren't too healthy on a microphone, so, but I've got a couple ideas to how to solve that. So anyway, I just thought I'd whip off another audio presentation here, test if you will, and explain this. So I did end up having to take these files, create them with my iPhone, use that software that's staring you in the face, dump them on my MacBook Pro, and I actually had to put them into another folder, into photos, and then, put them on my MacBook Pro, take a good look at the file properties, listen to the sound quality, and upload them to YouTube. So I realize that what I've just got done telling you is real boring, but then again, I have a tendency to be a real boring person. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me. Hope you learned something, but if you're like me, you're going to remain stupid till the day you die. I'm just kidding. Don't get all twisted up. Take care of yourselves. We shall see you on down the trail, and adios, my friends.